Okay, hey, how you doing? Hey, yeah, you probably hadn't seen me in a while. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the screen, and actually, I guess it's on this side, the screen. Yes, like the weatherman. Okay, so we're going to look at the screen, the Autocad screen, and I'm going to show you how to do an STL out file. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to draw something. Okay, so we will draw something on the board. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and tell it to go into the 3D mode. Okay, I'm going to move me out of the way because we're kind of in the way. So I'm going to do 3D mode, and you'll watch and see how the menus will change up here, and it will look really nice. And so what I'm going to do also is come up here to the little house because I want it in 3D. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to draw something. Let's just see if we can draw something like a rain gutter. Okay. And so if I draw it nice and pretty, I have my snaps on. Remember, you have to have your snaps on. I can tell it to go ahead and draw another piece here and just keep on drawing it until I decide that the way I like it. Okay. And so I am going to tell it I want to draw it across here. And then I want to tell it I want to draw it across here. Okay. And I'm going to extend just in case. So I'm going to extend it. Make sure that's extended. I'm going to extend this one too. Make sure it's extended. Use the trim command just so I can go ahead and just seal off this little gutter. Okay, so now it's a rain gutter, and I can go ahead and now use what is called the press pull. Okay, so when we use the press pull, we know that we can go ahead and make it a 3D object. Okay, so now it's going into designing a 3D object. It's looking really pretty. So we have it as a wireframe here. We can click here and do conceptual, and voila, now it looks really pretty. We can rotate it, look around and say, wow, look, it created it really nice. Okay, so now that we've got a 3D object here, even if we came up here and we wanted to create a block, just a regular block, and we press pulled it, okay, we can make that a 3D object. We could also, let's see if we wanted to do a cylinder, we could press pull it, make it 3D, just all different types of 3D objects. Go ahead and put, let's put 6 on there, and then let's go ahead and do inscribed. And then of course we can turn that into 3D object. Make sure you do the inside and not the walls. You do the walls, and what's going to happen is you're just going to have walls. You won't have a 3D object. Now we could do an STL out of all 4 of these. And if we did that, what will happen is they'll all be linked together. So what we're going to do is we're going to type STL out. Okay. Now it says to select the water type meshes. These are all water type because they are 3D. Okay. So we're just going to put a window around this one. And you'll see here it says 8 were filter out, which were just the single trash lines that are underneath. And it found 9 of them. Okay. 9, in other words, it found 9 sides and different things. But it took 8 out, which means there's only 1 solid. Okay. So we do yes. Okay. Hit enter. It says create a binary file. STL file is a binary file that is similar to a G code. Basically, it tells it how to create that 3D object. So we definitely want to say yes. And when we say yes, we want to save it. So we would save it as whatever file we wanted to. So we could type gutter. And now we save it as an STL. And saving it as an STL will allow us to go in and put it in a 3D printing software. That software then creates what is called a G code. The G code, like we said before, is the X, Y, and the Z. So if we were to do an STLOUT of all 4 objects, when we insert them into the 3D printing software, all 4 would be inserted at the same time, at the same size. So when you scale 1, they all get scaled together. If you do them individually, and then you go to scale and you scale 1, then just that 1. So this makes it difficult if you're doing an assembly part. If you're doing a part that has pieces that go together and you scale 1 object, what happens is all the other pieces stay tiny while this one gets big, and you don't want that. So sometimes it's good to group them together. That way they scale together. Another way to scale them together is to do Control and click in the 3D printing software so that you can click each one and then they will scale together. So scaling is very important with the 3D printing. Remember, with any drawing, you need to start off with the units. The correct units are important. Okay, and so that concludes creating an STL file. And I will click the pause button, which will send you on pause, but we hopefully will see you again in another video.